Hello everybody and welcome back to Robert's Reviews. Today is a little bit of a special day, kind of, not really, sort of, maybe, a little bit. I do requests on Friday, and this is technically a request. A few months ago, I think it was like January or something, I posted in my Facebook group, I was like, what's your favorite movie? And this was one of the responses, and I moved it forward because I actually accidentally planned something that I couldn't do today. So instead I'm filling in with this, so I had time to watch this movie, and I had time to review it. I forget who said whose favorite movie was. I think it's my buddy Cole, so shout out to you. I believe it's you. I'm pretty confident it's you, who suggested that I watch this. So I'm really excited to do it because it's the first ever favorite movie one. There's a few coming in the near future, sort of. I've got a few more requests to get through and then a couple more series before we get into some more favorite movies. But this is somebody's favorite movie. I believe it's Cole's, my Facebook group. But today I'm really excited to talk about Scott Pilgrim versus the World. Scott Pilgrim vs. the World was released in 2010. It was written by Michael Bacall and Edgar Wright, and it was directed by Edgar Wright. This is a non-spoiler review. For those of you who don't know what this movie's about, essentially about this boy whose name is Scott Pilgrim, and he is dating a young person. And then he meets another person who's really attractive, and he's like, hey, that person looks really cool. So then he decides he's going to be with her. There are a couple issues with that. One, he is a very big, geeky nerd who's in a band who isn't very good. Then, two, she's got some deadly exes to kill. Essentially, the idea of the movie is that she has exes who are deadly and they want to kill people, and then basically anybody who dates her. And so Scott Pilgrim's got to step up to the plate and defeat every one of her exes in order to win the companionship of her lover, his lover. First of all, really cool concept for a movie. Really it is. I understand it's a comic book. I've never seen anything about it. I've never read anything about it. I'm interested. Maybe in the future I will. Right now I'm reading The Devil All the Time. Yes. There'll be a video on that coming out soon. If it isn't already out by the time this is out, I don't know how long it's going to take me to finish that book. Probably a couple weeks, but we'll see. But yeah, maybe in the future I will check out the comic books that this is based off of. Maybe they're graphic novels, I'm not sure. But we're here to talk about the movie, and boy is it funny. It is one of the funniest movies I've watched in a long time. I love comedies, but I don't get to watch a whole lot of comedies because they're just not in the list. I understand that I'm watching Steve Carell movies, but not a whole lot of them are funny, is the problem. But I'm really happy I got to watch this one. It really is incredibly funny. If you watch this, you will not be disappointed. It is freaking hilarious. I believe this is on Netflix. I think I watched it on Netflix. It really is funny. There's this one scene, and no spoilers, but it is a scene in the movie. It's not a spoiler, though. There's no plot points. Where his friend is sitting on the bed, and he's like, hello? And he's like, oh, this is nice. And then, oh, you're outside? And he goes, Scott Pilgrim sits up really fast. And then he's like, oh, you're outside. And he walks towards the door, opens the door, says hello. And then she's like, is Scott home? You see him go woof out of the cameras, and then the camera pans this way. And then he's like, and then he crashes through the window to get out. He's like, he just left. It really is one of the funniest scenes I've ever seen in a movie. Honestly, it really is really, really funny. The editing and the way the movie is filmed is really fun. So it's edited like a comic book movie, like an anime almost, where all the action sequences are super overindulgent, and there's words that appear in the air like kapow and stuff like that. And honestly, you'd think that it would be kind of weird and bad, but oddly, it's not. It really fits in really well with this movie. I honestly was a little nervous about it because I've heard good things, and I was like, I don't know if I trust that these people are telling me the truth when they say that it's really interesting the way that they filmed it. And they were right. This movie's really fun and really cool. It is almost endlessly entertaining. There are a few issues. The middle of the movie seems very dragged, right? We're going through all the deadly X's, and it's like, come on, are we going to, get to the end of the movie soon, or is it just going to keep going? the good news is that it very quickly finds something else to distract me with. So it really isn't that big of an issue, but it is an issue. Another issue that I had was some of the villains weren't as fun as other villains. Like, as much as I love Chris Evans, his ex wasn't very interesting to me. I wasn't that interested. I liked the scene like towards the end of him, but like the beginning was just kind of like whatever. Must have been fun for Chris Evans though. But in general, really really fun movie. Let's go ahead and talk about some of the acting. First, Michael Cera as Scott Pilgrim. A perfect choice, really, like quite literally perfect. He's a geek, he's a nerd, he's chill, he's got this tiny nose, it fits his perfect face. I know it's a facial features, we can't like control it, but like it's perfect. It just summarizes everything we want from this guy. He's quiet, he's small, he's nerdy, he's geeky. He plays the bass in the band, and he really is perfect as Scott Pilgrim. I wouldn't have cast anybody else. There's not a chance. I'm watching Superbad soon, I think. Oh, okay. I was just kidding. It's not really soon. Oh, wait. No, maybe it is. I was looking at the wrong thing. Oh, yeah, it is soon. It's at the end of the month. So make sure you guys looking for that, because there's another Michael Cera movie with, I believe it's Jonah Hill in that one. I've seen it once, but it was a while ago. But I'm excited for it nonetheless. Next, Kieran Culkin as Wallace. You might have heard the name Culkin before. That is because it is his brother, who is Macaulay Culkin, who was in all the Home Alone movies. Fun fact, if you didn't know this, Macaulay Culkin's full name is Macaulay Culkin. You can Google that, it is real. He changed his middle name to Macaulay Culkin. His name is Macaulay Culkin. But Kieran Culkin, his brother, was in this movie, and he was really funny. I think he might have been even more funny than Scott Pilgrim. I genuinely believe that. He is freaking hilarious. He plays his gay best friend who he's living with, and he is so funny. He's just always talking about gay people, and he's always like stealing people's boyfriends, and he's always like basically being a jerk to Scott, but like in the most funny way possible. It really truly is a really great character. I love him so much. This movie would not be the same if Wallace was not in it, and if it was not played by Kieran Culkin. Mary Elizabeth Winstead as Ramona Flowers. She was wonderful as Ramona Flowers. Ramona Flowers is Scott Pilgrim's new girlfriend who has all the deadly exes. And very, very well done. Really fun. She brings, like, it's not an energy, I want to say, but, like, she brings an aura of spontaneity, is what I want to say. You know, it feels like, it's hard to explain, but, like, she feels like you could, like, take her on a date and be like, all right, we're just going to take a day and just kind of wander around. She'd be like, yes. And, like, it's really interesting because her character doesn't seem that way. Her character seems pretty down to earth and, like, focused on what she's got to do, but, like, the way that she portrayed it really felt like very spontaneous, which is really interesting because, again, you can tell that it wasn't necessarily meant to be that way, but it was her that changed that, which is really cool. The acting here is really quite phenomenal. Most of the deadly exes are really good. There are a couple issues that I have, but nothing I really care to talk about. There were a couple stars in there that I was like, hey, what are you doing there? Like Chris Evans, of course, and Captain Marvel. I can't remember her name right now, off the top of my head for some reason. Wow, I really can't remember her name. That's really disappointing. Like, every time I think of Captain Marvel, I'm like, who plays that? Like, Carol Danvers. I'm like, no, it's her name too. But whatever, not important. She wasn't really that great anyway. Never really is. Not that I think she was awful, but she wasn't great. But the movie overall is really fun, really genuinely entertaining. It'll make you very happy if you're a nerd too. I'm a nerd. And I really, really like this movie. If you have a little bit of time, I think it was like, 2 hours long, maybe? Check out this movie. It's on Netflix. And I'm going to go ahead and give Scott Pilgrim vs. the World an A. Took a couple points off for the slowness and for the deadly exes that kind of felt redundant and also not particularly great. But overall, really, really a great movie. Please consider subscribing if you're not subscribed. It'd be a huge help. We're really growing quite quickly. Like, these videos are going places, and I know you guys are watching them. And a lot of people that are watching my videos are not subscribed. So it'd be really, really cool if you guys subscribed, so that I could be better at my job. It's hard to do your job when you don't have any subscribers because you feel like you're wasting your time. And I don't really feel like I'm wasting my time right now, which is good. But at some point, that's going to slow down, and I really don't want to feel like I'm wasting my time. I know I'm not. I know you guys like my content, so please consider subscribing. Looking forward to next week. We have Aliens tomorrow, so make sure you guys check that out. It's for school. Sunday is Easter, so happy Easter for those who celebrate that. I will probably not upload anything. As of right now, as of March 22nd, I don't have plans to release anything on that day. However, that quickly could change. So if something pops up on your feed on Sunday for me, it is because I changed my mind and I found some time. Monday, Wonder Woman 1984. Tuesday, Django Unchained. Wednesday, Black Panther. Thursday, Vice. Friday, The Grand Budapest Hotel. And Saturday, we're going to be chalking down the entire DC universe and we're going to be ranking every single film. And on Sunday, I should have a review from the film club that I'm in, but I honestly don't know for sure. Also, what's weird is I think I had to watch a movie for school that day, but it's not there. So I suppose we'll see if I actually have a movie to watch there. We'll see. I actually really don't know. I don't think there is. Yeah, I'm pretty confident there's not. But whatever, we'll see. But that's going to round up the next week, so I hope you guys are tuning in for that, because I'm really excited about it. It's going to be a lot of fun. But I think it's going to do it for me today, and as always, keep watching movies and television, stay educated, and I'll see you guys in the next video.